choose to love somebody. And you have to commit to love that person. I'm talking about covenant. I ain't talking about the stuff they show us on TV what love is. The guy keeps singing the song, I want to know what love is. Come on and show me. And the truth is, a lot of people are sitting in the church singing that song. Really. Because a lot of us haven't experienced true love. Someone said, we hear Jesus love us and we're still trying to figure out, how could Jesus love me? Huh? But the agape love is not based on your circumstance or your situation. It's because God chose to love us. Oh my God. As crazy as we was. Is that good? Covenant is birthed out of love. First principle. Now, there is, I believe, a mother is one of those people that demonstrate agape love even when they didn't even know the definition. Anybody know what I'm talking about? Because mothers love their children in spite of. You ever see a TV watching the news and this guy, he shoot up 55 people, he raped 25 people, and everybody, oh God, he's sick, he's a murderer. And then they interview the mother. Oh my God, that's my boy. He's such a nice boy. He just killed 55 people. But in her mind, in her eyes, come on now, you know what I'm talking about. Because of that love that she has. Love sees no wrong. Anybody come and tell you about your children? Your child is so rude. Your child so rude. Every day the teacher sending home letters. Your child rude. They don't behave themselves. And you get the letter. Who, my child? Why? Because true love sees no wrong. Everybody else see a child is wayward, whatless, don't obey instructions, everything, and you can't see nothing. Because love is blind. Because all you see perfection. Oh, wow, that could preach. That's how God sees us. When the devil comes, look at Jennifer. Look at she treated Spencer. Look at that. And God said, man, go your way. Because I love her, I don't see no wrong. Wow. Honor your father. Well, it's not Father's Day today, but make sure you honor your father and who? What to do to them? What you supposed to do with your mother? Honor means putting them on a pedestal, raising them up and honoring them. It's clear in Scripture. And what happens when you do that? Verse 3 says what? Stop right there. When you honor your father and your mother, there's a blessing that's released over your life. So when you message your mother, it ain't bad if you're your mother. In fact, if your parents know what's good for you, they will try their best to help you not to dishonor them. Because it's bad for you. And no person that love a person wants to see them go through bad stuff. Especially that child that you protected and you cover. You don't want them. So it's not because daddy trying to gain points. It's because I want things to be well with you. Mothers, don't forget. Let me show you this. Let's go to Genesis chapter 25. And in verse 20 it says, Isaac entreated the Lord for his wife because she was barren, and the Lord was entreated of him, and Rebekah his wife conceived. Verse 22. And the children struggled together within her, and she said, if it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of the Lord. As mothers, you have to be always inquiring about your children. Always. Lord, what's going on with them? Why are they acting this way? Why are they going through this season? Mothers inquire to the Lord about their children. And no matter how old you are as a mother. I was telling a person on the job the other day, talking something about parenting, and I said, I could be 95 years old. My daughters are still my daughters. I'll be 95 years old, and anybody mess with my daughters, I come in. Now, I'm going to be a father until I leave the earth. That's it. That's my job. So if you mess with my daughter, and then I go have grandchildren, they go, God, no, I really bad. You mess with my daughter, I'm 95 years old, expect me to show up. And I'm a little older and a little weaker, so I ain't coming to fight your physical. No, I can't fight the physical then. So you know I come in armed. You just see the car pull up and the old man coming over with the gray hair. Well, I got a ball and everything else is going to be gray and I'm showing up. And no, I ain't coming to fight you. With my fists. Why? Because you're going to always be a parent. You don't give up your parental rights. And a lot of times the devil wants you to do it. Just give up on them. And everybody say, oh, God, he ain't going to be nothing, then leave them there. You cannot. It's your responsibility. Even if they're acting wayward, you have to put them out, but that don't mean you're not inquiring about them. Hell, I ain't saying baby them and that kind. I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about you do what you got to do, but you still praying, you still covering, you still inquiring from the Lord for them. Is that clear? That's good? But she inquired from the Lord about her son. And hear what the Lord said, verse 23. And the Lord said to her, 2 nations are in your womb. 2 people shall be separated from your body. That sounds weird, huh? But it's the truth, right? Wow. Separated? Yeah, okay. From your body. 1 people shall be stronger than the other. Look at this line here. And what? And the older shall serve the younger. Tell your neighbor, mothers remember. She never forgot that word that God gave her there. And because she never forgot that word that the Lord gave her, she understand it was her position to help, come on now, her son function in that role. That he fulfill what God said. There's some stuff that God tell you about your children. You don't give up on that. You remember it. You don't forget what God told you about your son, about your daughter. I don't care where they are right now. You don't forget that thing. And your job is to make sure that that thing is fulfilled in their lives. Let me show you this. Let's turn to verse 27. Chapter 27, I'm sorry. Jacob now, because he had 2 sons, remember? Jacob and Esau, right? Esau came out first, so he was the firstborn. So he was entitled to the birthright. The birthright in the Jewish society at that time, the firstborn son, he was the one that was given a birthright. And his responsibility was he would get at least 3/4 of the father's possession. And his job was to make sure that the lineage and the family continues. If the father left the scene, that son who had the birthright was supposed to take care of his mother and the family business. So he was given more, not just for him, but to make sure that he took care of his father's business. Right? So the birthright was very important. There was a blessing that came with the birthright. That the father released a blessing. That everywhere he go, that this blessing and this favor would follow him. Right? So in this verse, in this chapter here, we know the story where there is Jacob and Esau. Before, this Bible says that one day Esau was hungry and Jacob was cooking and so forth. And he sold him his birthright for some lentils. Right? He sold him his birthright. And now here comes the actual time and season for the father to release this birthright. Let's read. Now it came to pass when Isaac was old and his eyes were so dim that he could not see, that he called Esau his oldest son and said to him, my son. And he answered, him, here I am. Now there's a time where Isaac is ready to release the blessing, right? So he tell him before, oh Jesus, look at this principle here. But before he could release the blessing, he told him, bring me an offering. Isn't that something? People want blessing, but they want to get nothing. Then he said, behold, now I am old. I do not know the day of my death. Now therefore, please take your weapons, your quiver and your bow, and go out to the field and hunt game for me and make me a savory food and bring it to me. So when you bring it, let me tell you something. When you're looking for a blessing, an apostolic blessing, a fathering blessing, you don't just bring everything, anything. You bring something that they love. That my soul may bless you before I die. Look at verse 5. Another principle here. Now Rebekah was listening when Isaac spoke to Esau, his son. But that's her son too. But she was aware. She didn't forget the word. She noticed day was coming and she had to be listening for that time. She had to understand seasons and times as a mother. I know the season was coming where Isaac is getting ready to release the blessing. But she already know that blessing is not for Esau. She already knows. She got the word of the Lord while she had both of them in her belly, saying that the older would serve the younger. So she understands. She had insight before Isaac didn't even understand. Tell your neighbor, mothers have insight. When they tell you don't go to the party, don't go to the party. Hello? When they tell you turn left, turn left. Mothers got insight. You know I like to tell all these stories. All right, listen to this one more. There's this place called Maracas in Trinidad where there's a nice beach. But in order to get there, there's two ways you could go there. You could drive around these curves and stuff in the mountains. Or what we used to do as young people is we used to hike over the mountains and go to the beach. So everybody, Daren, we go to Maracas. So we planning all week to go to Maracas. Already tell my mom and my dad, they say, okay, get yourself together. Friday come, we getting ready. My mother says, you're not going again. You know, anybody know what I'm talking about? After your heart, you know, do that children. Okay, we're going to Chuck E. Cheese. And you're excited. And we're not going again. How you feel? Oh, yeah, heartbroken. I was like, Mom, you say we could go. No, I couldn't talk to my father like that. But my mom's, you know. If I say, Daddy, shut up, boy, you're not going. But mom's like, Mom, you see he was going to go, and you told us, and we make sandwiches. Look at all the sandwiches we make. We got money. We did this. She said, I don't feel that you'll need to go. Then she said, go ask your father. I was like, that's it. I know we ain't going nowhere. That was it. And then he said, I come in, make sure you do all your chores, everything good before you go to Daddy and ask anything. Anybody know this generation ain't know about them thing? You know why? Because a lot of as parents, we lenient with them. Clean your room. 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 Clean it. Clean it. No matter how you say clean, they still ain't do it. And then they still take them out to ice cream. Back in my days, you got to make sure everything done before you come and ask any questions. Make sure the dog bathe. You bathe the dog? Yes, Daddy. You sweep the yard? Yes, Daddy. You take out the ticks out the dog? Yes, Daddy. You wash your, back home we didn't call it sneaker, we call it washi-kong. Did you wash your sneakers? Yes, Daddy. You got to make sure everything is in place. Daddy, I even sweep on top of the roof. Give me 5 points. He says to me, he says to us, ask your mother. So you no longer say that start, you know you ain't going nowhere. When one tell you go to your mother, go to your father, go to your father, it's done. It ain't happening. It's sealed. Anybody know what I'm talking about? Go ask your mother. Go ask your father, like, you know what? Let's just get a package of crackers and a movie. We ain't going nowhere. We're talking about parents, mothers having insight. We didn't go again. And what I found out that day was one of my friends who used to play soccer with, as they came, guy was a good swimmer. As he run into the water, this wave just come from nowhere, pick him up, pull him out. That's the last time we saw him. He was 16 years old. Who knew if that wave was for me? Let me tell you something. God gives parents insight. Hello, I'm Apostle Daren Phillips.
And I'm Apostle Valerie Phillips.
And we have the pleasure and the honor in pastoring the great people at Christ United Church.
Christ United Church is located at 2944 Rosebud Road, right off Highway 78.
Come join us as we advance
the kingdom of God through kingdom principles. Bye-bye.
We love you.